Dear Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to be here in your presence tonight to conduct the city's business, and we just ask that you give us wisdom and discernment to always carry out your will. Lord, as always, with the holiday weekend coming up, we pray for our law enforcement, our first responders, and just pray that everyone who comes to visit our beautiful community just has a safe and fun and happy holiday. In Jesus' sweet holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Call to order the city council meeting of May 20th, 2025. JP, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Vicky, when you're ready.
J.P. Hodges.
Yes. Here.
Lane Tubbs.
Here.
Chris Foster.
Present.
Amy Bader.
Here.
Louis Short. Pete Harris.
Here.
Allie Sugg.
Here.
Andy Eklund.
Here.
Attorney Prince.
Here.
Mayor.
Here.
Members of the press.
Let the record show we have a quorum. First off, I need a motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve them, plus excerpts as presented of the April 17th, 2025 city council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Vicky?
Amy Bader.
Yes.
Andy Eklund.
Yes.
Chris Foster.
Yes.
Allie Sugg.
Yes.
Lane Tubbs.
Yes.
Pete Harris.
Yes.
J.P. Hodges.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, approval of the payments journals dated April 1st to April 30th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
I'll second that.
Thank you, thank you. Any discussion? Ms. Vicky?
Lane Tubbs.
Yes.
Allie Sugg.
Yes.
J.P. Hodges.
Yes.
Amy Bader.
Yes.
Pete Harris.
Yes.
Andy Eklund.
Yes.
Chris Foster.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, approval of the street fund financial statement, sanitation fund, general fund, community center, and O&M, and miscellaneous funds dated April 30th, 2025.
Make a motion, we approve them.
I second. Any discussion? Vicky?
Chris Foster.
Yes.
Andy Eklund.
Yes.
J.P. Hodges.
Yes.
Pete Harris.
Yes.
Amy Bader.
Yes.
Allie Sugg.
Yes.
Lane Tubbs.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, you have supervisor reports in your packets. Do you guys have any questions for the supervisors?
Is Josh here?
He said he was going to be late.
Okay. What's the update on, because I think he said Memorial Day weekend, but obviously that won't.
The splash pad?
Yeah, do we have a,
We don't have a definite date, but we're hoping they'll complete it within the month.
okay, like
You got
June?
that?
Like, as in June?
Well, we're hoping by 4th of July weekend, but still depends on the weather.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this, like, I don't know, are the prices set and all that? Like, can we see what those are gonna be once the splash pad opens? Like, what we're gonna be charging here?
I think we're just going to do a day pass or a membership,
Okay,
but we can wait till he comes in to clarify.
okay. I just didn't know how we were gonna,
That's just part of the regular community center membership
Mm-hmm.
or a day pass, just,
Separate for the summer.
Did we? We'll have to wait for Josh.
yeah. And then, if so, I just feel like there needs to be some, like, major marketing.
Oh, yeah, we need to make a
And I
big
don't,
deal out of it.
I don't care to make the graphics and all that, but somebody needs to send me the information so that
Okay.
I can help out with
Yeah.
that and get it together.
Yeah, we
But,
need
like,
to celebrate it. That's a big
yeah,
deal for
like,
us.
we need to be working on that stuff right now.
Yeah.
If that's gonna be opening, and kind of just putting it out there. Because people are gonna be
People
like,
are asking already.
yes.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to do my videos in front of it, like every couple, so that people
Yeah.
can see it.
So let's put some like a graphic or something, you know, or just have him send me the information and I'll come up with stuff that they could put on the community center page. I did see that they posted the time that Sandy Beach is open today.
Somebody's they must have a deadline somewhere because there's people out working at 6 o'clock, and that's the
Yeah.
first time I've ever seen people working when I've been here at that time.
Oh, out here?
Yes, there's still
They're
5 or 6
pushing.
guys out there working right now.
Good.
It's
Good.
muddy, it's almost impossible to work over there. but
Yeah.
They're still doing it.
Yeah.
Well, they're pouring the footings for the, shades.
And another question is, and this is, of course, I saw it on Heber News, you should know, people complaining that the bathrooms at Spring Park aren't open.
No, they
Like-
should be open.
They weren't like one weekend. Like, who's in charge of opening those and making sure they're open? It was like a really pretty Saturday or Friday or something, and there was lots of mad parents that the bathrooms weren't open.
Well, they should have called the community center and let somebody know.
They just post on Facebook.
Well, because that fixes all your problems.
You don't keep up with them on that?
I'm not a member of that page, sorry.
So I just, who does that? Who opens them?
Sometimes the officers open them, sometimes whoever, is on. Huh?
I'm sorry, what week, was it a weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weekend. It was like a Saturday or a Sunday, or it was a really pretty like weekend day that they were mad that the bathrooms. We were talking about Spring Park bathrooms not being open.
Should we put some kind of sign up there that says for
Like,
any
if they're closed,
problems,
call.
call?
Something, so people, that would be good.
This is the first I've heard about this, so
You're not on Heber News, you should know then.
I don't,
Because it was on there.
I would have to look into it. Monday through Friday, we have staff that's a designated Spring Park person. He's there about 7:30, so at least Monday through Friday, he's having them open. Saturdays and Sundays, I mean, it varies. We work with the police, and I know that they might have paperwork or something that they could do, but usually they do call, like people have called. in the
Yeah,
past.
it might be good just to put something out there, like a sign that just says, you know, if it's in between these hours and not open, call this number. Just so they know.
Did you actually speak with somebody who said, I tried to open the door?
There were multiple people that said they were out there.
Just people that posted. She didn't
Yeah,
talk to someone.
my question was, whose responsibility is it to open them on the weekends? I just didn't know.
It's
Like-
the police department, I'll address that.
Yeah, and I was asking too, because if I see it, then I know who to call too. Like, I didn't know if I call you or a lot of times I just call
Yeah,
Casey.
at the end of the day, we'll call dispatch, is what we would do.
Okay.
Now, I only ask that because in the past, when I actually asked somebody on Facebook, like, what did you, and he said, well, it was actually somebody else.
Right.
And I never go to Spring Park.
Oh, no, this was somebody
That's what's
that,
going on with somebody said.
this person said they had to leave with their kid, that they were trying to get in the bathroom and couldn't get into it, so.
What time is it locked up at night?
That's what I was gonna ask next. So we have set hours?
They're locked at 10 o'clock, reopen at 6. So,
So in the weekend, 6 in the morning till 10 at night, the bathrooms are available? Is that what you're saying? 6 in the morning till
And
10
that's
at
Spring
night?
Park, Eagle Bank
That can
Park,
depend on
all
what
of them, right?
officers. will be
Right, if
available.
they got a call or something like that. I'm just kind of just want to know
Calls
just,
take priority.
sure, absolutely.
And by 7:30 through the week, a staff member or a park staff member has been there to help them at that time. And it does happen occasionally, like I said, they got stuff to do, I understand that, and I appreciate them.
So during the week, do the police lock it or do y'all lock it during the week?
They do lock it. Yeah,
The police still
He
handle
likes
it?
them going around, making their rounds, and
Okay.
I agree with that as
Gotcha.
well. I like the police being present in the parks as well.
Okay.
We've actually had damage done to the restroom between the officer going at 6 in the morning and checking it and 7:30 in the morning. So it is what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, Josh Alley had another question about when Splash Pad opens and getting some marketing stuff together and pricing.
Yeah, I was just saying, we should do a big push on marketing the splash pad, letting people know and making a big deal out of when it's gonna be open. And I was saying I'd help with graphics. If you wanna send me the information, I could, like,
Gotcha. Well, when we discussed a little bit today, we still don't have a firm date of when he will be, you know, obviously weather plays into that. But we need all that information before we can say, you know, it was available on this day. You know, we don't want to say it's going to be up before the July weekend and it's not right now.
Have you got a day rate figured out?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a $5 day pass, just like getting in. But if you do have a family membership, an annual family membership, then we'll cover the kids for that. So we really pushed for that. In January, we had $20 off, if y'all recall that. We did $20,000 in the month of January, which was our largest January we've ever had since I've been here at least. And so we really pushed that. So if someone bought that family annual membership, it would include the children in that as well.
Yeah. Have we thought about maybe doing something just for the summertime? Like a 3-month pass or something?
I mean, it varies. The only thing, and we kind of discussed that again today, is, is this going to be a Memorial Day to Labor Day thing? I don't think so. I think we'll probably just stretch it out if we have warm days in October, which I know we do, and if we have nice days early in the year, we will. So instead of limiting somebody, we are pushing, we have a 12 punch pass, where somebody can buy that at a discount. We push that, and so quite a bit of those as well with that, and they can use that for access to the facility and the splash pad as well.
Okay.
What are the ages we're gonna allow?
So it's really looking into this with other splash pads. They really don't limit it. So I mean, like, it really is kind of just open. I mean, like, we are unique in the one that the only one that I know of off the top of my head is Bryant. That is also like enclosed and people are paying to go in. But there's not a 5. You have to be 5 or 5 and under area or 15 and under. Now the way we design the splash pad, we do have one area for like small children. Then we have a medium-sized area, then we have a larger area for older kids. But I mean, I think that we could leave it open, basically. There's not necessarily an age limit of who's too old to be out there.
Right. I don't know that I noticed, where is the entrance from the building, or is the entrance from the swim?
The entrance is going to be in this building, going out one of the side glass doors. That's another thing. We're still a month away from, or he's saying by July 4th is what he's thinking, he's hoping.
Right.
But there's a lot of things like that, like we don't have the door yet.
Sure. Yeah.
So I mean, like, are those, we're gonna get that done hopefully in the next couple of weeks in order to have that. But they're gonna go in through this entrance and they'll go out through the aquatics entrance. So it'll be like this, you won't be able to come back in.
Right.
Going out of this door, leaving this facility.
But like the age to use it, a parent would have to be with them to go out to the splash pad? Is that?
I mean, that would be similar to what we have, which is
Just for
16 and 18.
Right.
Are the ages that we have. So it would be similar to that. You would have to have at least someone over the age of 18 with you.
And if you're doing a day pass, you can either, you can use the splash pad, you can use the community
Use the pool,
center,
you'd be-
right, all of
Once
it.
you pay $5, you'd be in the facility. And
Gotcha,
you'd be
okay.
able to float
Yeah.
to different areas.
Okay.
But it would meet the same rules and regulations that we already have.
That's what I was asking.
We don't want 7-year-olds, unfortunately, we don't want 7-year-olds just get dropped off at the door and no parents
And I think that's a valid concern. I know some of the places have probably had some of those problems.
Yep, somebody will try to.
Yeah.
That will happen. It happens.
Pull up their minivan, open the door, kick all the kids out,
Yeah.
and leave.
That's wrong.
We know who's gonna be the first one to do it. Okay, any more questions for our supervisors?
I was just gonna ask, on the fire, you mentioned in there about doing kind of like an open house when you get everything all finished. Have you set a date for that yet?
We're still finishing a few details here and there on our end and stuff.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'd say for the next few weeks.
Are y'all moved in?
We are.
Like using it?
It's so pretty. You gotta go see it.
I know.
That's what I was asking.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, you plan on just like a Saturday during the day? Is that what you're thinking?
Something like that.
Gotcha. Let the community come see it.
Do what?
Let the community come tour it.
Walk within that facility, we do days, the whole area, we'll be there.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's a great idea.
Great. I'm glad you asked that, because I was wondering about a day. So we can push it out there. Okay, we don't have any unfinished business?
I have one question, not to bring up the sore spot,
Sure.
but what's the deadline for the contract for the baseball fields with the school? Where we can renegotiate?
We've already talked with Coach Gowan. We're gonna amend it.
He's on vacation next week.
Yeah, well,
believe,
I was
and
waiting for
he's gonna call
school.
me when he gets back.
Yeah, I was waiting for school to get out and everything settle down, and then we'll meet with him.
So there's not like a date to
There's
date?
not, no.
Okay.
I mean, we signed it for a few years, but it obviously needs amended. So, if you'd like to email me and Josh with some of y'all's concerns, and then when we meet with him, we can address all of them.
We might be able to extend it a little while with the American Legion team.
The field, like tonight, we could have played on field 6. It's by far the best field in the situation. Like all the other fields, even though we put dirt on those, they still pretty much were holding water with as much rain as we've gotten. But our guys could have gotten field 6 ready tonight if the coach wanted to play. So, but I mean, I appreciate him not playing. I think I showed you that video of how much dirt can come off this wing fit, mud can come off wing
Yeah.
cleats. So I mean, like it definitely is, keeping the integrity of that. But the goal, clearly, we paid all the money for so we can play on the field. So if we need to play, and they want to play, it's a big game, then they should be able to play. And we're in that situation with field 6 in this.
Have you, has the new coach, I know he's not moved in, Pearson
No,
moved
Pearson
in
here
yet,
I think he's moving here this week.
I've already reached out to him.
but, okay, good,
We discussed it.
yeah, good.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it 2 nights ago when it was raining. I'm like, we threw a big fit, like, to the coach like a month ago, and we're like, it's not covered. And then it hadn't been covered since the baseball field, since the baseball
Well, and
team's
that's,
been done.
me and Gowan have talked about that as well, and that's kind of, where we're at with, it's manpower, and at the end of the day, I want to say, I don't know how many kids they had on the baseball team, let's just say there was 20. They ended up having to call about 10 or 15 football kids also out there. They had about 30, 35 kids and were pulled that far. So, that's kind of what you're looking at. There were a couple of dads out there with them as well. So it's having the manpower and the staff to do that. And obviously they can't call kids when they're at school, and say, hey, you come pull apart.
Can we not work it out with the junior high kids though? Since there's 2 teams with 40 kids out there.
Well, that's what, your husband and I, and I forgot the other coach's name now.
Cody.
But we were all on a group text message there, and I was just like, look, y'all's call, when y'all want it covered, let me know, and we're gonna do everything we can to get it covered. I think, we didn't end up not having to cover it. There was one time we thought about covering it, and then we decided not to, we didn't cover it. And then they didn't play. The next time it rained, they didn't play for like a week out or something like that, so they were like, don't worry.
Is that the only way to do it? Like, there's not like a tractor or something that?
No. It's, if you put a tractor on the field, it's like, mess up the dirt and then mess all that up. So,
It's just
Yes.
massive.
I've done it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I know Joe's probably full part at some point in time too. It's not fun and it's heavy and it's big,
Yeah.
big job.
But yeah, definitely something, because it's something that I don't think any of us have thought about, that baseball season's done in April, and then who's taking care of it April through December, and
And
so,
that was my reason for always wondering why, since we're the city of Heber Springs, why we can't 1 hour every once in a while, like, I know Scott's gonna roll his eyes at me, but like kind of an all hands on deck for 1 hour,
Well, good
So-
luck
and-
getting
And they may have a
volunteers.
situation that they
Yeah.
need all hands on deck for 1 hour,
no, he's talking about using
He
city
is all
employees.
hands on
It
deck
wouldn't
for
be
1 hour all the
Oh, okay.
time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we've all been down the volunteer
Yeah,
route
no.
many times.
No, he was talking
and-
just,
Okay, yes.
what city employees could we get to come out here to help with that? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm saying like, we call Joe and say, hey, you got 5 guys, 6, 7 guys that can come over. Scott,
I see you counting.
we got 6, y'all got 7, we got 13, so can we do it? That's kind of my deal. And that's something that might happen 5 times a year, maybe 3 times.
The firemen need that for training.
Pulling a tarp,
Full tarp for training.
It's not 5 times a year.
Hey, Josh, is there,
5 times a month.
I'm sure it's super expensive, but is there a machine that has wheels on the end that rolls out?
Talk to them
I mean,
about that.
I even see still the big leagues, like the grounds crew still pulling that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I figure if anyone has the money, or there's a machine that does it to do it quickly, like the big leagues would be doing that. But you still, yes, I've seen people pull like 3-wheelers and do that, but
That's
I
what I
wouldn't
was
do
talking
that
about,
playing the
like,
field. I don't see that very
just
often at
something.
all. To be honest, I've never actually seen that done. I've only seen that picture of it in a magazine of some guy trying to sell this 3-roller that will pull apart. I've never actually seen that done on field.
Yeah.
You could turf it.
I was just saying that.
Who's got $500,000?
I think they make a reel that you can make it easier to pull it off, to pull it out on the field.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you can use that to, I mean, it's not manually reeling it up like a fishing line. It's still gonna have to take a lot of brute force to get it on there.
If we had all the money Conway has, we could turf all the fields and it'd just be easy breezy. They've got
The
beautiful
city's
fields there.
literally built around sports.
Yeah, it is. Yep, they've got beautiful fields there. We do too, but they have turf.
Yeah.
Do what?
Maybe one day we can have turf.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Let's
dreaming.
get these other projects
Next
done.
bond project.
Yep.
Okay, new business, Donald Sutherland. Would you step up to the podium? So Donald has done Bronco Stampede for a few years now. And he is gonna be gracious enough to grant us with some funds to go back into Sandy Beach
Wow.
from the Bronco Stampede.
I have $6,000.
Wow.
Wow.
We want to donate to the Sandy Beach project. And the check is made out to the city of Heber Springs.
Wow.
Thank you.
So if y'all don't mind, I'd like to get a picture with Donald, all of us, and
Post it on Facebook?
yeah, and make a big deal
I'll
because
take
it.
this is,
Outstanding,
that's
Yeah.
great.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Yeah, this was year 5, so,
How big a
That's
turnout did you
awesome.
have this year?
you know, a lot of foot traffic, had to shy of 100 Broncos. That's awesome. The farthest came 430 miles, northwest Oklahoma. Wow. I am.
Thank you.
I'll thank y'all, I mean, that out there, they're not, we get a lot of bragging on the area. Good.
It ends up being a great place to have it, doesn't it?
Oh, I know the high water kinda hurts the beach, but it makes it a prettier backdrop. It does, I mean,
Yeah.
but thank y'all, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donald, very
Thank you,
much. We
yes.
appreciate it.
Good evening.
You too.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, we're hoping to possibly do some more picnic tables and some grills out there. I've already got the okay from the Corps, and now we got a little bit of money, so. Okay, great. Set cemetery cleanup decoration day, June 8th.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Okay, next, we got the Rugged Steelworks invoice for the dumpsters. We did already budget this, but the amount, I wanted to get it approved
Is this it for the year on that?
for dumpsters. $29,373.
You think this has got us for the year for as far as that goes, or did we get rid of more of them?
Yeah, that's the plan, slowly swapping everything out. And then, the ones that aren't so bad, we're like reusing for like, house cleanouts, short,
Short terms.
rentals.
We've actually had a lot of that lately. People are spring cleaning.
Yeah. And actually, we rounded up quite a few things.
Yes. Yes.
Scott, is that what we actually had budgeted, or was it more than that, or?
No, we budgeted 30.
So we don't need a motion or anything, you just,
I mean,
Do you need a
that's,
motion to approve the invoice?
I mean, probably, just to cover it since we haven't passed this ordinance yet. Is that okay with y'all?
Sure.
Okay.
I will make a motion that we pay the invoice to Rugged Steelworks that was in the budget for this year for
Thank
the
you.
replacement of dumpsters.
Great. Thank-
second?
Thank you, sir. Any questions, discussion? Okay, Vicky?
Andy Eppler,
Yes.
Amy Bader,
Yes.
Chris Foster,
Yes.
Ally Sugg,
Yes?
Pete Harris,
Yes.
Lane Tubbs,
Yes?
J.P. Hodges,
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, and then we've got an ordinance amending purchases. Would anybody mind to read it?
I will.
You can suspend the rules and read it by
Yes.
title only all
I'm
three
gonna-
times.
Well, we talked about it, right? We're gonna read it one time. And so I'm gonna make a motion that I suspend the rules and read the ordinance one time in its entirety.
Okay.
I like it.
What ordinance number will it be?
You'll need a second.
I
Second.
second it, yeah.
Cause Vicki and I were talking, cause do
Yeah.
you have to do, we don't,
I don't think we have to, but I think it's good practice.
to do 3 times?
Oh, no, just to read
Yeah.
it once.
No, but
But-
that's what I was telling her, I was like, I don't remember ever doing it 3 times.
No,
Like,
we've always suspended the rules. We've always read it once and then suspended the rules the next two.
That's what I was like, I'm like, I never remember, I remember Coral Court had to do it 3 times.
Yeah.
But we never did.
Right. It just, well,
So,
on some zoning
There are a
things we
few
do,
things
but,
that we have to do it on, but
Mhm.
like not just on these. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Okay, all right. What number is this one?
2025-04.
Okay, ordinance 2025-04, an ordinance amending in part the Heber Springs Municipal Code, Chapter 3.04, purchases, declaring an emergency and for other purposes, whereas ACA 14-58303, which establishes the minimum expenditure requiring competitive bidding by municipalities, was amended by the Arkansas legislature, and whereas the city council desires to amend chapter 3.04 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code to be consistent with the ACA 14-58-303 as amended, and whereas the city council desires to make additional changes in chapter 3.04 relating to purchases and expenditures of the city. Now therefore be it ordained by the city council of the city of Heber Springs, Arkansas as follows. Section 1, that the table of contents of chapter 3.04 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby amended to read as follows. Purchases, sections 3.0401, $42,921,000 or under. 3.0402, over $42,921. 3.0403, approval of payments. 3.0404, sell or exchange of supplies, materials, or equipment valued at less than $20,000. 3.0405, conduct of business with officials. 3.0406, waiver of competitive bidding. 3.0407, electronic fund purchases. Section 2, Section 3.0401 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby amended to read as follows. 3.0401, $42,921 or under. The mayor or the mayor's duly authorized representative shall have exclusive power and responsibility to make purchases of all supplies, apparatus, equipment, materials, and other things requisite for public purposes for the city of Heber Springs, and to make all necessary contracts for work or labor to be done, or material or other necessary things to be finished for the benefit of the city, or in carrying out any work or undertaking of a public nature therein. Provided, however, all expenditures exceeding the sum of $10,000 for any single item or project shall have the prior approval of the city council. Specifically exempted from this limitation of the mayor's spending authority are the following items, the payment of which shall be provided for in the calendar year budget of the city, payroll and payroll taxes, all insurance benefit items for city employees, all insurance premiums, worker compensation premiums, all utilities, waste disposal, and capital expenditures purchased through participation in the state contract procedures in which bids have previously been taken by the state, and any item that has previously been appropriated through the budget process. Section 3, Section 30402 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby amended to read as follows. 3.0402, over $42,921, except as provided ACA 14-58-104, where the amount of expenditure for any purpose of contract exceeds the sum of $42,921. The mayor or the mayor's authorized representative shall invite competitive bidding on the purpose or contract by legal advertisement in any local newspaper. Bids received pursuant to the advertisement shall be opened and read on the date set for receiving the bids in the presence of the mayor or the mayor's authorized representative. The mayor or the mayor's authorized representative has exclusive power to award the bid to the lowest responsible bidder and may reject any and all bids received. The city council by resolution may waive the requirements of competitive bidding in exceptional situations where this procedure is deemed not feasible or practical or as provided under ACA 14-58-104. Section 4, Section 30404 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby amended to read as follows, that the mayor or his duly or her duly authorized representative may sell or exchange any municipal supplies, materials, or equipment without competitive bidding if such supplies, materials, or equipment have a value of less than $20,000, that no supplies, materials, or equipment shall be sold without receiving competitive bids. Therefore, if the value thereof exceeds the sum of $20,000, provided, however, if the mayor shall certify in writing to the governing body that in his opinion the fair market value of such item or lot to be disposed of in one unit is less than $20,000, the same may be sold by the mayor without competitive bidding, ACA 14-54-302. Section 30405 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby amended to read as follows. 30405, conduct of business with officials pursuant to ACA 14-42-107, as amended, members of the city council shall be permitted to conduct business with the city of Heber Springs under the following conditions. The purchases under $9,999 in value in comparable merchandise or equipment at comparable prices is not otherwise available within the city. B, cost of the services under $9,999 in value and comparable services or comparable values are not otherwise available within the city. C, on all purchases of supplies, equipment, or services or more than $9,999 unless the city council shall be ordinance waive competition bidding in situations where such procedure is deemed non-feasible or practical, the mayor or his or her authorized agent, the city council, or her other person, department, or governing body making the purchase or the contract shall first obtain sealed bids, and said council member may be awarded the contract or right to sell or furnish supplies or services only if he is the lowest bidder. Section 5, Section 4306 of the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby amended to read as follows. 30406, waiver of competitive bidding. Competitive bidding, whenever it may be required for the purchase of contracting for work or labor to be done for the city, may be waived upon a majority vote of the city council, whenever the council deems such competitive bidding to be not feasible or impractical due to said work or labor being of a scientific, professional, or expert character, and the city council therefore determines that anyone, certain applicant for the position or work to be done possesses the skill, knowledge, experience, training, or education necessary to perform the work to the specifications of the council. Section 6, Section 3408 in the Heber Springs Municipal Code is hereby repealed. Section 7, all laws, ordinances, resolutions, or parts of the same that are inconsistent with the provisions of this ordinance are hereby repealed to the extent of such inconsistency. Section 8, it is hereby found and determined that purchases and expenditures for goods and services within and for the city of Heber Springs are essential for the day-to-day operations of the city and being necessary for the preservation of the public health, safety, and welfare. An emergency is hereby declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Thank you, Ally.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the ordinance. Oh,
If y'all will indulge me, I got a first and a second to suspend the rules and read one time by title, but you didn't take a vote.
okay.
Yeah, we probably should vote on that and then adopt.
Jody Hodges?
Yes.
Ryan Tubbs?
Yes.
Steve Harris?
Yes.
Alyssa?
Yes.
Chris Foster?
Yes.
Amy Bader?
Yes.
Andy Eklund?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion, we adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion?
Casey, we talked about the fact that this is following state guidance and that's
Uh-huh.
why the changes. Can you talk a little bit about the declaration of the emergency aspect? I forgot to ask about that part.
So the emergency clause means that it goes in effect now. If we pass an ordinance that doesn't have an emergency clause, it takes 30 days to go into effect.
Okay,
Is that right? 30 days?
thank you.
No, I was gonna say. I think
90?
Yeah,
It's 90
3
days?
months, yeah.
Okay.
Y'all ready for a vote?
Let me make my note. Yes, ma'am.
Jody Hodges?
Yes.
Ryan Tubbs?
Yes.
Alyssa?
Yes.
Amy Bader?
Yes.
Andy Eklund?
Yes.
Chris Foster?
Yes.
Steve Harris?
Yes.
Motion carried. So
Yep.
we need to pass that.
We also need to, I make a motion to pass the emergency clause.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Second.
Thank you, thank you. Vicki, when you're ready?
Lisa,
Yes.
Chris Foster,
Yes.
Amy Bader,
Yes.
Andy Eckler,
Yes.
Keith Harris,
Yes.
Mike Tubbs,
Yes.
J.P. Hodges,
Motion carried. Next, we've got open mic. Any takers? Okay. Announcements. I hope everybody is safe and has a great Memorial Day. Springfest is coming up June 7th and 8th. We got a trunk show with the Eye Care Center. What else? Huh?
Next Thursday?
Yep, next Thursday.
Are they having Foodie Fest this Saturday or whatever it's called?
I'm not sure.
Where they going to?
There's been some switching around with that again.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So those same guys aren't doing it?
I really couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Who's running Springfest
I don't
now?
know. Her name is Angel West.
Is that through an organization or is she just?
She's, should be running it through the Chamber Foundation, because they're not a
Did
501
they
yet.
get set up through that?
I gave her the info.
So the chamber's not directly taking it over, but the foundation is doing it?
Anybody could set up through the foundation.
Yeah, if they're not a
Yeah.
501c3, they can set up through there to
the
act as a
foundation.
501.
Okay.
But the chamber doesn't have anything to do with
And
it.
that's where the funds go. And then they take a percentage, and then they have to request the money out of it to pay for bills.
But it's not fundraising like Young Life or for any particular.
No.
I think
It's
that
just-
girl actually, didn't she live in Bee Branch or something? She's not from here.
I think so.
Yeah.
She may work in, I'm not sure where she works.
I mean, the chamber used to do it and the chamber didn't want to do it. And then I
Well-
think the downtown network did it a time or two.
And
Yep.
then Casey and I did
And
it
then
about
that
3
kinda-
years.
And then we did it a
Yeah.
couple of years, and then Young Life did it,
Yeah.
and,
And then COVID came.
yeah.
I just
And
kind
then
of
the community
wondered.
center did it a minute, so
Right.
we've just passed it all around.
Just
It's a
staying
lot of
alive
work.
and-
It
Well,
is a
and I-
lot of work.
And I know they've moved it later to try to finally get where the weather,
Mhm.
like,
Get it out of the rain.
I was always a big proponent on the chamber board back then of keeping it when they had it, and I told them I knew 3 out of every 4 years it rained and it was terrible, but that one year that it didn't, it was like the best event in town. You would see more people than you
Yeah.
ever saw, like, 'cause it'd always be
Yeah.
just a beautiful day,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that 1 out of every 4 years, that
Right.
it was that way.
yeah. Well, guys, that's all I've got.
Keep the core people in your prayers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the police department is going to help them as much as we can.
Because they're short-staffed, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And I heard they're pretty much sold out at the parks,
Mhm.
like everywhere.
Yeah,
And they got like 8 people.
yeah.
They got 10 if you get Joe and Benny out there too, but I don't know that you get them in a uniform anymore.
I don't know, they might be out there.
Yeah. I was told they were,
I work in
you're
12
gonna be
hour
seeing
shifts,
them,
7
yeah.
days a week.
Joe
Yeah.
may be Benny, I don't know. I can say that, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, have they talked to you guys? I mean, are
We've
y'all
had a
gonna have to
meeting.
step up?
We've had a
Yeah.
meeting,
Yeah. I mean, I think we'd have to.
yeah.
It's everything. I mean, it's not just the Rangers. I mean, like, they don't have their summer maintenance people. They don't have,
Sanitation program.
yeah, near the services they've been able to do in the past, so.
Yeah.
I hope Heber comes out unscathed, but reputation wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, so we'll pray for them. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.